guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's your favorite teenage host, Mila.
And I am Misty, the Christian mom who is thebomb.com.
She is thebomb.com.
And it's my birthday.
It's her birthday today. Wish her mom happy birthday in the comment section. So, now on to chapters 11 and chapters 12. Chapter 11 is we visit the Garden Gnome Emporium, and what do you...
So, Percy, Grover, and Annabeth, they start off, they're terrified by what happened in the last chapter.
Well, I like how Percy remarks that, like, he's happy now that there are gods that he knows about now, that the gods are real. He's just like, so we have people to blame for your misfortunes.
Yeah. And Annabeth is she's mad at Percy because she's like, I cannot believe that you came back to save us. Like, if you die, then I don't get to keep going on my quest. But, like, he was trying to save your life so you can keep going on the quest, Annabeth.
So it's like, she's being a little selfish.
A little.
Because she's just like, if you die, I can't go on this quest. Me and Grover have to go back to camp, and I can't be a hero.
Well, he kind of just saved your life. So
yeah.
There's that. So, Annabeth tells Percy that the only way to really test your abilities as a hero is to survive the real mortal world. Because Percy is like, so wait a second, you're telling me you've been at Camp Half-Blood for how many years and you've never been out? That's a long time to be in one place.
And by the way, does everyone like my hat? Her name is Harriet.
And Harriet the hat.
And I just came back from Camp Half-Blood, Austin, so I might make a video about that. Not sure.
I just came back from it too. I might make a video about my adventures in the trailer. Not really.
Adventures in the trailer with the dogs.
Yeah.
So everyone say hi to Harriet.
It was a long week.
It was a fantastic week for me.
Not in the trailer.
Not in the trailer.
Anyway. So that's why she's so eager to be on this quest, because she wants the quest to test her abilities, I guess, to see how she can withstand the monsters in the real world, and because she is her mother's daughter, right?
Yeah.
So her mother is like the queen of queens.
Basically, yeah.
So she wants to prove that she too can be like her mama. So
my mom, there's no one else but like my mom.
That's right. I too am
She's the queen of queens, up there with Sally Jackson and any other fictional moms that are awesome like that.
Jesus' mom.
With Mary, she's up there with Sally and Mary.
I'm not that up there, but you know. Anyhow, so all of everything that they had burned up in the explosion.
All the money.
Bye-bye.
All their money,
gone.
Their food, their clothes, it's just gone. They
got nothing.
There is no adult supervision with them.
And they're starving now.
They're starving.
At this point.
They're children. They're children.
Babies.
Like we said at like the last episode. It would have been better if Luke had gone with them, because like at least he's like a legal adult.
He's a legal adult. Yes.
He's a legal adult. And he's, like, probably the only adult that could go with him.
True.
Cause he's, what, 19? Yeah. He's a legal adult. He can, like...
Annabeth would have been gawking over him the whole time.
So do we replace Grover, or do we replace Annabeth with Luke? I feel like... I feel like if we were to replace...
I feel like Grover's hairy legs are going to come in handy.
Yeah.
At some point.
Okay, and like,
to like make a jacket or something
and like
with hair on his legs.
And like, I just don't want this to be a bro journey. Just a bro book.
Yeah. Then
we need the titular female character to go along, so it's not just a bro book.
True that.
So
suddenly they're walking, right? They're walking in the forest or woods or whatever, and they're like, what is that delicious smell?
And Grover's just like, guys, this is a bad idea, guys.
They're like, Grover, you're just going crazy because of everything that just happened.
You have fury stuck up your nose.
Yeah, and they're like, it smells like Miss Misty's cooking.
Yes.
That would be me.
Yeah.
So how they knew about my cooking, I don't know. But it happened.
And Percy's just like, well, he's just like, I smell greasy stuff, and I smell like fast food, and he's just like, it's been so long since I had like a burger and fries, cause like they live off of
Black stuff on your lip. Sorry.
They live
My
off
bad.
of like healthy stuff,
It's the
and
mama in you.
they live off of like healthy stuff and stuff like that. So he needs a hamburger now.
Yeah. So they start walking faster towards the greasy food that smells like
My
Burger
mom's
King,
cooking.
McDonald's.
Greasy tacos.
Yummy.
Imagine if they had greasy tacos.
I'm there. So anyway, so they come across this like deserted 2-lane road,
Yeah.
and Grover's like, nah, bruh, I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling like this is like not a good thing. And they're like, come on, Grover.
Let's do this. Come on.
So it's 2 against 1, and it's an abandoned
We got
gas
outvoted.
station. But it's
No,
like,
it's not a gas station. It's a warehouse.
oh,
It's an abandoned.
it's one of those
warehouse.
weird roadside curio stations, isn't it?
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna put a picture right here.
Curio shops. They sell like lawn flamingos
Oh,
and
yeah.
like wooden Indians and
bears.
garden gnomes.
Garden gnome. I'm a gnome right here. That was what my cohort was called. So like I'm legally a gnome now. We were called the gnome hort.
So,
Not the gnome hort, the
but
gnome
there's
hort.
like delicious food that's coming from
Yes.
that particular little shop.
Yeah, and like it's So me and Mom were listening to this chapter in the car, and when Percy goes, the only thing that's harder to read than English is cursive neon red, like giant sign English. And we looked at each other and we were just like, relatable. Hashtag relatable.
Real talk. Hashtag real
Hashtag
talk.
relatable. We are both dyslexic. And Annabeth was just like, I can't read that. And Percy was just like, oh yeah, I forgot. Annabeth loves to read so much, I forgot she was dyslexic. I think that's why my friends don't believe I'm dyslexic, because I read literally every day.
We read slower than most, but we still
Oh,
read.
yeah.
Because it takes us forever because we got to read it 200 times to
Yeah.
get it. Anyways, that's another story for another day.
Another story, another time.
So then the shop is called Auntie M's Garden Gnome Emporium. That's a mouthful.
Auntie M's Garden Gnome Emporium.
So, and then in front of this place, there's a ton of statues that look like they were literally like taking a picture, like, cheese.
There's like children, and there's couples, and then there's this weird satyr playing the pipes.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to mention the part. I just wanted to mention this funny part where Grover was just like, I'm gonna try and play like a pathway, like song.
Sounded like Hillary Duff.
Sounded a lot like Hillary Duff. And Percy ran into a tree.
Yeah.
A big knot in the forehead.
And he's hungry. Now he's hangry.
Now he's hangry.
I would be too.
Same.
So, there's statues of kids, satyrs, animals, everything. So,
Yeah.
and Percy and Annabeth are over here drooling over the smell of this food that's cooking inside. Like they're like literally drooling.
Mm-hmm.
And Grover's just like, that looks just like my Uncle Ferdinand. I don't know, like this just don't feel right. That statue looked just like Ferdinand.
Yeah.
You know?
And not the and not the bull that was played by John Cena.
No, that would be really cute.
Can I tell like a funny story for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I read fan fiction on Wattpad, and I was reading like this what was it? Book of Life reader insert, and I go down to see like the recommendations, and do you want to know what I saw? I saw a Shrek X-Reader, and I saw Ferdinand X-Reader. You know, that one bull that was played by John Cena? Yeah, I saw X-Reader of that. And if you didn't know what X-Reader was, it's basically where you, like, it's basically where, the main character, who is the person that's being, like, shipped with the reader, and the reader basically have a relationship. So basically, you're reading about you having a relationship. If you were to read that, you would read you having a relationship with a bull. That's played by John Cena. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Anyway,
back to the...
So, Grover's like, ooh, I don't want to go in there. That looks just like my Theo Ferdinand. And the lady answers the door, right? And she's wearing like this all black gown. Like it's covering her head, her face, everything.
And
like,
Percy goes, she's like this little Middle Eastern woman. And
I don't know. I would be like, I'm going to need to see some eyeballs.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't want to see no eyeballs.
Yeah, no. I don't want to see no eyeballs.
Yeah, no. So anyway, she fixes them hamburgers, shakes, and french fries at the back of the shop. She's like, follow me, little pretties.
Mm-hmm. So they go into the back of the warehouse, and there's like a pretzel maker, and there's like a deep fryer.
Some cinnamon sugar pretzels.
I wonder if she like made them the good pretzels with like the big salt on them.
Ooh, that's the good kind.
That's the good kind.
Yes. So the warehouse is filled with even more statues as they're walking through to the back.
Yeah.
In all kinds of poses again. And it looks like they all have different kinds of looks on their face, but it looks like they're literally posing for pictures.
Yeah.
So, but as Percy, Annabeth, and Grover are walking, the statues look like they're following them.
The statues' eyes look like they're following
Not
them.
the faces, just the eyes, like, creepy. Do you remember whenever we were on vacation at, where were we? We were at the Grand Tetons in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and that one painting was in the shower, or it was in the restroom area.
The painting of the Native American.
And it didn't matter where we were, but he was staring at us.
Yeah,
sitting on the toilet, dude staring at you.
Yeah.
Taking a shower,
my brother was so scared.
Dude staring at you.
Mateo was
Brushing
so
your
scared
teeth,
of that painting.
Dude staring at you. It was a little awkward.
Yeah, it was, and it was like this Native American dude. It was a painting, and it was like his eyes followed you everywhere, like no joke.
Yeah.
It's like we know how they feel.
Yeah, it was weird. Anyway, so she feeds them, and Percy is asking her questions about her career, like how she got the shop and all of that. And Auntie M tells them the face is always difficult to capture.
What?
Oh, wait.
Tells them that, like, she had two sisters.
They're... Okay.
She had two sisters.
My bad. I might have skipped a spot.
Oh, that... She said that,
she's a statue maker.
Yeah.
So that's what she says, that she makes statues, but the eyes are always...
The face. It's the face, like...
difficult to capture when making a statue. So she tells them she started her business with two sisters.
But then, like, they passed.
Yeah. So this gets Annabeth's attention, and Annabeth is like, whoa. How you mean? How you mean with two sisters? I've heard this story before.
You fight mythology with mythology.
So, and then she's beginning to remember a story involving three sisters from Greek history. Percy must have skipped that day in school.
I don't think he was allowed to skip school. He's too busy selling candy and or mushroom candy in school.
So Auntie M tells them that she had a boyfriend once upon a time.
She had a boyfriend.
Before she wore all the blackness all over her, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And a woman was jealous of her. And Annabeth's over here like, what? Okay, check that box. Check that box.
Check.
And tried to break them apart. Check that box. The woman did something terrible that ruined her. And Auntie M's sisters were stuck with her, but they eventually died.
They stayed by her side until they died.
Whatevs. And Annabeth is like, it's time to go.
It's time to go, Percy. But Percy's over here, he's nodding off because, like, he's so full.
He's in a food coma.
He's gonna be in a food coma soon. It's like he's starting to nod off. He's just like, I'm so
And Grover agrees. Grover's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like, we needed to go,
out.
like, when we got here. Like, I told y'all.
We needed to leave, like, yesterday.
Yeah, like I told y'all. Like, I ain't eating nothing from this
I
lady.
told you so. It's like, it was like me. Okay, so, story from camp. It was the last day of camp, and there was this proto-smiley that came. And I go over to, and everyone's running towards it, thinking that it's going to be not hostile. And I'm yelling over everyone. I'm going, guys, get away from it. It could be hostile. And if you don't know, smileys are like this thing that's only in the Austin branch of Camp Half-Blood, and they're the resident monsters. And the proto-smiley is an ancient form of smiley. And I'm just like, guys, it could be hostile, don't get close to it. It starts attacking people. And I'm just like, I told you so. I told you so. I told you, I told you, I told you. And the camp director, Topher, he's like standing next to me while I'm saying this. And I'm just like, don't look at him. Don't look at him. I don't want him to know that I know he's there. And I'm just like, I told you so to my entire cohort and to probably the entire legion. And I'm just like, I told you so that the proto-smiley was hostile. It's like, it's the I told you so moment.
So, and then Auntie M asked them if they wouldn't mind posing for her.
For a picture.
No. The answer's no, Auntie.
Sorry, Thea. Sorry, Thea M. Sorry, Thea M.
So, Percy doesn't see the harm in that, but Annabeth and Grover realize who Auntie M is. They're like, oh, this is Medusa.
This is Medusa.
She's covering something on her head. Like, you don't hear those hisses going on up there.
And Percy's just like, he is not really understanding it. He's just like,
Auntie M got some dessert somewhere I can have. Like, I will pose for a Cheeto.
I will pose for a Cheeto.
I don't know. I will pose for a hamburger.
I will smash for cash.
Yes.
It reminds me of like the sign. I think I saw the Hulk holding it. It was like for fan art, and it goes, I will smash for cash.
Yeah, because Percy is just thinking about eating, right? Because he's like fat.
He's a male.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's a male. I'm sorry for all the males watching. No, actually, no, I'm not.
I said fat. Not. You said male. That's nicer. My hair's all tangled.
Because he's fat. He's a male.
There you go. That too.
That too. Nicer. He's male.
But anyway, so they're like, and Medusa, she has the snakes in her hair, and if you look at her, you'll turn to stone, right? Which is why all of those people in there are stone.
And
and they warned Percy just in time.
Just in time, because Grover's like, wait, you don't have a camera, and she's like, oh, it'll be fine, and like she's about to undo the veil. Whenever they're just like, Percy, hit the deck, basically. They're just like, Percy, hit the deck, and then like tackles Percy.
And the three fight their way out of Medusa's harm.
Yeah.
And then Medusa tells Percy that Athena was the woman who cursed her and made her the way that she is.
And that the boyfriend was Poseidon.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. And Poseidon, who's he related to? Only the star.
Only the star of the show, Percy.
Duh.
And that's why like Medusa's wanting to destroy Annabeth.
That's why she was like, "Oh, you're so handsome. What lovely eyes you have, young man."
We're doing a little Red Riding Hood, like. Okay, so my mom was confused about this scene when we were listening to it, and she was like, wait, what's going on? And I go, you remember the Uma Thurman scene in the movie? And she's like, oh, wait, but that was Medusa. And I was just like...
Okay, by the way, though, the real Medusa is really ugly, and she has snakes on her head.
Not Uma Thurman.
No, she's gorgeous. With snakes on her head.
Yeah.
Anyways, Percy manages to chop her head off.
Yeah. Well, like, after a while of, like... just like distracting her, and he takes this looking ball or whatever the heck it's called.
It's like a glass garden ball.
Garden ball, whatever. And he takes it because like he can look in the reflection of Medusa, and he's just like, okay. And then he takes the riptide and chops her head off. Slice.
So then Annabeth manages to cover it without looking at it.
Yeah, with the veil.
And they decide they're going to take it.
They're going to take it. But Percy, being the male that he is, he decides to go rummaging through the office of the warehouse. He finds a box the size of the head, and he decides to write a delivery slip.
We're just going to mail it out.
He mails it to Olympus.
With best wishes.
With best wishes, Percy Jackson.
That was sweet.
It's a head of Medusa. Oh, and then Annabeth says that the reason that the head didn't disappear whenever he cut it off was because it's now a spoil of war. Okay.
So it turns out Hades is one of Medusa's customers.
You mean Hermes?
Hades.
Wait, is this Hades?
Yep.
Oh. Huh. Oh, and Medusa actually warned Percy because she's like, stay here, be a statue, it'll be safer. Do you want to know what happens when you get to Los Angeles? And then she dies. It's like... So then,
which the underworld is in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Well, now on to chapter 12, we get advice from a poodle.
I would never take advice from a poodle.
Would you take advice from a pug?
1000%. I only trust flat-faced animals.
She does.
Anyhow, so they camp out in the middle of the woods because that's where kids want to sleep.
Yeah.
My kids would be scared to death, by the way. Both of them.
I mean, yeah.
Scared.
It'd be like the Jungle Cruise, but without the Rock and without the lady.
Without your mom.
And without the mom. But like, remember the Jungle Cruise from last night?
Yeah.
So it's basically like without you take away the Rock and you take away the lady, so it's just the dude. It's just the gay dude.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd die.
Yeah, quick.
So, but where they're camping out in the middle of these woods is where kids like to have parties. So there's nothing but litter everywhere.
Everywhere.
So apparently kids like to party in these woods.
Yeah.
So they decide to take turns keeping watch.
Yeah.
Through the night. And Percy's like, I'll take the first shift.
And then Annabeth's like, okay. And as soon as her head hits the floor, she's out like a light.
But of course, Grover can't sleep.
He can't sleep, so he's like talking to Percy. He's up in a tree. He's like just chilling. He's just like sitting there.
And all the litter and the pollution is making him sad.
Yeah.
This is a terrible time to be a satyr, he says.
Yeah.
And Grover tells Percy that his life's dream is to find Pan.
And Percy's just like, Pam? Like the cooking spray?
Like Peter Pan?
Like Pam? Actually, Peter Pan was actually based off of the Pan that Grover was talking about.
Oh. Peter Pan picked a pepper.
You're thinking about Peter Piper.
Whatever.
And not Peter Parker, he's Spider-Man.
Oh. So he tells Percy about Pan, which is the god of wild places.
Yeah.
Who disappeared 2,000 years ago. Mm-hmm. He was a sailor off the coast of Ephesus? How do you say that?
Ephesus?
Heard a mysterious voice crying out from the shore.
The great
Tell
god
them that
Pan,
the great god Pan has died.
You said has died, and I said is dead.
When humans heard the news, they believed it, and they've been pillaging Pan's kingdom ever since.
Yeah.
But for the satyrs, Pan was their lord and master.
Yeah.
He protected them in the wild places of Earth, and they refused to believe that he died. So they think that he's still alive somewhere.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Sad.
It's sad.
But no satyr has ever found Pan, so that's why Percy's like, that's his dream, is to find him and bring him back alive. But Grover tells Percy that back at Medusa's house, Annabeth had an interesting idea.
Annabeth. Yeah. What was this idea, Mommy?
She realized that there is something weird about this quest.
What is that weird thing?
All of the monsters seem to be holding a bit back.
What do you think that means?
Grover tells Percy, what I think it means, that like just like right before they killed Medusa, like she was trying to kind of warn Percy, like she wanted to tell him something but couldn't.
And the Furies, like the kindly ones.
Oh yeah,
kindly ones.
And even what's his name, Mr. D. Not Mr. D, but the other one.
The Minotaur.
The half.
The
horse.
Minotaur. Oh,
yeah.
Chiron.
Chiron seems to be holding a few things back. Like he knows more than what he's let on.
The Heckhound.
Yes.
I mean, not the Heckhound, but like. I mean, the Heckhound is just like an animal.
So.
It's just like a doggy. Heckhound is a doggy.
So Grover tells Percy that when the Furies found them on the bus,
kindly ones, we don't want to summon them.
They were asking, "Where is it?"
Where is it?
Rather than where is he? So it seems like they're looking for something, not someone.
They're looking for an it, not a they or them.
But who or what? Bum, bum,
Bum,
bum. So Percy confesses to Grover that he is only on this trip not to find it, only to find his mama.
Yeah. I do the same.
So, he is going to get his mom back from Hades, not because he cares about the Master Bolt
or
his daddy,
I mean,
but because he loves his mom so much.
Yeah. My mom, there's no one else quite like my mom. I do the same for you.
And I promise I didn't pay her to do that.
No, she didn't.
Maybe.
I truly love my mom.
Grover already knows that. Like, he's like, yeah, I get it. Like, I know. Like, he can read emotions really, really well.
I can read
He
your
may
mind.
not be able to save a life, but apparently he can read emotions. Because we already done how to save him.
Yeah.
What, twice now? 3 times?
A lot of times. Sorry.
He'd have been hairy legs on a stick if it wasn't for Percy. But
Hero Brian.
that would be a different movie.
Yeah.
Or a book. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Just like a different book. Just like it would be a totally different book if Luke had gone along instead of Annabeth.
Mm-hmm.
Be a bro book, bro journey.
But he also suspects that deep inside, Percy wants to make his dad proud. And Percy's like, negative. No, you didn't.
No.
That is not true.
Not brown, no.
So Grover offers to take the first watch, and Percy starts snoring.
Because Grover is playing Beethoven 12th whatever.
Yeah, because that's all he does is Beethoven
and Hitherry Duff.
Hitherry Duff. That is, she's a satyr.
She's a satyr.
Her name is
Hitherry Duff.
Hitherry Duff, and she's hairy. I'm just kidding.
That's Grover's mom, Hitherry Duff.
Oh, yeah. So Percy is having another vivid dream now.
He's standing. Well, I want to describe this dream because I love it. I love this. He's standing. He's standing on a pit. He's standing at a pit, not like on a barbecue pit, but he's standing next to a pit, and it's pitch black, and there's like ghosts like tugging at him, and
but he's standing like on the edge of it, right?
Yeah, he walks to the edge, and there's a voice. Help me rise, boy.
It says,
Bring
barter
me
with
the
me.
bolt.
I will give you what you want.
Yeah, and then a glowing image of Percy's mom appears over the chasm.
And Percy tries to scream, but he can't. Have you ever had one of those dreams where you try to scream in it, but you can't? Me too.
You know in dreams that like in dreams whenever you're being chased, you physically cannot run. Mm-hmm. In dreams, you physically cannot run, and you physically cannot scream if you're like if you're in danger. And in dreams, you physically cannot run, you physically cannot scream, and you physically cannot fight back. It's just a thing that your mind will not let you do. And fun science fact. Some of the reasons, so there's this thing that happens if you wake up during like a dream, but your body's not awake, but your mind is. It's called what's it called? It's like you cannot scream, you can't move. You physically cannot move. You physically cannot scream. You're just in fear all the time, and it's like it's something. I don't remember what it was called, but like if I remember, I'll put it up on the right here.
Yeah. So anyway, he tries to scream, but he has no voice.
I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Yeah, and the evil voice laughs at him and says, "Help me rise, boy. Bring me the bolt. Strike a blow against the treacherous god."
Are you giving him a southern accent?
Did I?
I think you did.
I think that's just my voice.
I think you gave the voice a southern accent.
Sure.
Okay.
Help me rise, boy. Yeah, maybe I did. My bad.
Okay, I like
maybe
that.
He's like a country guy.
I like that. Canon. Yep. It's canon for us now. The
like
voice has a southern accent now.
He's like from Texas.
From Texas, yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. That's the truth.
Including the gods.
Including the gods, or the voices in the pit.
Yeah, so, and the thing that's in that pit uses Percy to pull himself out.
Because at first Percy thinks that it's pulling him in, and he stands still. But really, what it's doing is that it's trying to have Percy pull him out.
Yes.
So basically, the pit's just like, hey, stand still, Percy. Yes. The pit, thanks.
And then Annabeth is like, wake up, Percy! It's morning!
Wake up!
And Grover's cuddling with a pink poodle. Why, Grover?
You just betrayed my mom. You just betrayed my
Wow.
mom. Come on.
Wow.
We thought you were our friend, but you just betrayed my mom. You're cuddling with you're cuddling with something with a pointed snout.
And since Grover can talk to animals, the pink poodle told him that he had run away from a rich family because he didn't like living with them anymore. And the family has a reward for him of $200.
Yeah.
So he would let Grover return him to the family and get the money from the owners. He wants to help them out, and they definitely need the money. So they're like, oh, this is like a good idea.
Yeah.
We should totally do this. So Gladiola is the poodle's name. Gladiola. I would run away if they gave me that name. I'm just saying.
Gladiola.
First of all, I'm a poodle.
I'm a poodle.
Second of all, you named me Gladiola.
First of all, I'm a poodle. That already sucks. Second of all, you named me Gladiola. That sucks twice.
Third, you painted me pink.
Third, you dyed me pink. And that sucks thrice. I'm leaving.
Bye. So Gladiola's like, hey, there's a train station half a mile away.
Oh, and by the way, Percy refuses to say good morning to the pink poodle.
I don't blame him.
He just like,
right with
Grover's just like, okay, say hi to the poodle, and Percy's like, you have to be kidding me. This Annabeth, why aren't you laughing at this? She's just like, Percy, I said hi to the poodle, now you have to say hi to the poodle. And he's just like, I'm not saying hi to a poodle.
No.
If it was a pug, on the other hand.
Oh, little puggy boogie, wookie woo. And so anyway, and she's like, and the next train leaves at noon. So they got to go. And that's pretty much the end of chapter
12.
12.
So the next chapters are 13 and 14. What are the next chapters called?
I have no idea.
What do you think's going to happen in the next chapters?
I don't know. Oh, right here, look. 13. Up here.
The next chapter is 13. I plunge to my death.
And then 14 is I become a known fugitive.
So what do you think's going to happen in the next chapter? Because it's called I plunge to my death.
Oh, he gonna die.
But then the next chapter is called I become a known fugitive.
And then he going to jail after he's dead.
Why do you think he's going to plunge to his death? And why do you think he's going to go to jail after he dies?
Because his mama's going to be so upset that he died, she going to put him in jail.
So what do you think that voice was?
What voice?
The voice in the pit.
The country one?
Yeah, the country voice in the pit.
Sounded like a big old cowboy to me.
A cowboy. Oh my God.
I would listen.
Okay. Well, now we know. Now we know my parentage. Now we know my real parentage. Anyway, it's confirmed. It is confirmed. Everyone who has read these books, they know. It is confirmed. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna happen next week. Everyone, say goodbye to the country voice.
Adios.
The deep country voice in the pit. I think we should do our outro with country accent.
We will see you next week.
Next week.
Oh, next time, next week, next whenever.
We'll see you next week. Everyone say goodbye to Harriet. She'll probably be joining us next week. Bye.
Bye.
See you next week.